Good morning, everyone. In the last discussion, we tried to discuss some principles of how to draw the projection of planes. Now, in this discussion, what we'll do is we'll try to understand some problems and try to draw them. So, first question: a rectangle 30 mm by 50 mm side is resting on HP on one small side which is 30 degrees inclined to HP, while the surface of the plane makes 45 degrees inclination with HP. Draw its projections. That is the question. Now, what is the first thing we have to look into the projection of planes question? So, first thing is whether the plane is resting on HP or resting on VP, or whether the surface of the plane is inclined to HP or the surface of the plane is inclined to VP. These things first we have to look in for. So in this question, it is resting on HP as well as the surface is making an angle of 45 degrees with HP. So in such cases, what is the first step? The first step is to keep the plane parallel to HP and then start drawing the question. Now, if we keep a plane parallel to HP, as we discussed in the previous discussion, if you see from the top, you will see the true shape of the object. So, first we will draw the top view, the true shape of the object. Here, the true shape of the object is a rectangle with dimensions 30 mm and 50. Now, here which side should be perpendicular to xy. Now in this question, one small side is resting on HP. The rectangular plane is resting on HP on one small side. Okay, so the small side should be perpendicular to xy. If the longer side it is resting on the longer side, then we will keep the longer side perpendicular to HP. Okay, so the next thing is drop the projections and get the front view. So in the front view, here A, B are there. The front view of AB, A dash, B dash. Now here if you see from this side, and if you see from here, we will see if you see from here, then point B is in front of A. So B will be visible, A will be hidden. That is the reason we are keeping A dash in brackets. Similarly here C is in front of D. So D is not visible. So we are putting D inside the brackets. So next step what we have to do. So next step is we have to give the plane the prescribed inclination. So the inclination given in the question is 45 degrees. Now we have to give that inclination, and as we discussed earlier, if the plane is inclined to HP, you will see that angle in the front view. Okay, here how is the plane? It is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. Now what we have to do? We have to keep it perpendicular to VP and make it inclined to HP. So in front view we will see the inclination. So what is the inclination? That is 45 degrees. And what is the length of this line? The length of this line is nothing but the length of the front view. So the front view, whatever is there, the same length we are taking and drawing the front view here in the second step. Only thing is the orientation is changed. Okay, what is the length of this view? This line here, it is equal to the length of the line that is drawn here, A dash C dash or A dash D dash. Whatever the length is there, the same length we are drawing here. Now, what we have to do? We have to drop the projections from this front view. Drop the projections from the front view. Then you drop locus lines. These lines are horizontal lines or locus lines. We are drawing the locus lines from the immediate top view. Now the intersection points, the projection from A and the locus line from A intersect at A1, and the projection from B and locus line from B intersect at B1. Similarly, the projection from C and locus line from C will be meeting at C1, the other one at D1. So this is the second step. So what we have done here, first we kept it parallel to HP and then we have given inclination with HP. So what is the remaining thing? The remaining thing is the side A1 B1 is inclined to VP. Now what is the third step? We have to give that inclination. Okay, so first we have to give the plane inclination, then we have to give the other inclination mentioned in the question. Now this inclination is with VP, and the inclination of a line with VP is visible in top view. So we are taking that line A1 B1. Okay, A1 B1 is the line which is making an angle of 30 degrees with VP. Now, so what is the length of this A1 B1? It is same as this length A1 B1, and you drop a perpendicular from here and drop a perpendicular from here and measure this distance, draw an arc here and draw an arc there. That is one way. Other way is you have 2 points here, A1 B1, and you measure the distances of C and D from A1. So what you have to do, A1 D1 distance you take, draw an arc here, B1 D1 distance you take, draw an arc here, A1 C1 distance you take, draw an arc from A1, B1 C1 distance you take and draw an arc from B1. So intersection points, either way you will get these intersections C1 and D1. So after getting this top view, what we have to do, we have to drop the projections. So these are the projections from A1, B1, C1, D1. We are drawing the projections. Then what we have to do, we have to draw the locus lines. See, locus lines we are drawing, and we are identifying the intersection points. Now the similar way what we have done here, the same thing we have to do here. So the intersection A1, and this is projection from A1 and locus line from A1, intersection is A1 dash, projection from B1, locus line from B1, intersection is B1 dash. Similarly, projection from C1, locus line from C1, C1 dash, projection from D1 and locus line from D1 will get D1 dash. Now join all these points, you will get the final front view. So these are the 3 steps in which we have to draw the projection of planes. So we will see the second question. A regular pentagon of 30 mm sides is resting on HP on one of its sides, while its opposite vertex or corner is 30 mm above HP. Draw the projections when the side in HP is 30 degrees inclined to VP. So, this is another way. Here the inclination of the plane is not given. What they have given? Inclination is mentioned in an indirect manner. We will see how is that. Now, as we have discussed, if the plane is resting on HP, so first what we have to do, we have to draw the top view, because first step, if the plane is resting on HP, we are keeping it parallel to HP and drawing. So if the plane is parallel to HP, what will be there? In top view, you will see the true shape of the plane. Now here it is a pentagon. Now we will get a question how to draw this pentagon. So this is one way of drawing, keeping this edge perpendicular to XY. Okay, and you keep this edge perpendicular to XY, complete this pentagon and drop the projections and draw the front view. So this is one method. I mean one thing that we can draw if it is parallel to HP. Now we may get a doubt whether this is correct or this is correct. So this is also a plane parallel to HP. Now here if you see, when you are tilting like this, when you are rotating this line like this corner will be on XY and this will be going up. Now if we do like that, the edge BA will be on HP, and if we rotate like this edge if we lift, then D will be on HP. So this is corner. So if corner is resting on HP, then we will draw like this. Okay, if corner is resting on HP, we will draw the second one. If the plane is resting on one of its edges on HP, then we will draw the first thing. So here in this question, the plane is resting on one of its sides on HP. So we will take the first one. Now what is the second step? The second step is to give the inclination to the surface, but here they have not given the inclination of the surface. What they have mentioned is the edge AB is on HP, while the opposite corner D is 30 mm above HP. So you draw a line at 30 mm from HP, then you draw this line. Here you put a point B1 A1 and you measure this distance and you draw an arc on this line. You will get D dash, you will get this line, and you mark this point. So these distances must be equal. These distances should not be changed. Only thing is, here the line is inclined, here the line is parallel to XY, and here the line is inclined to XY. That is the only difference. Now we got the front view. So here, by doing this, you can identify what is the angle if you want, but here in the question they have not asked the angle, so we don't have to measure it. After doing this, we can draw the projections, draw the locus lines, identify the intersection points, and complete the question. So it is as simple as what we have done in the previous thing. Only difference is here, instead of giving this angle in the second step, what they have given, the position of D dash they have given. So for what we have done here, we have drawn a line at a distance of 30 mm, and from B dash the A dash we have taken this distance and draw an arc on this line, and we got D dash, and from there we got the front view, from that we got the top view, and that's it. So next step is he has mentioned some angle here, 30 degrees to VP. What is that angle? The side AB is making an angle 30 degrees with VP. So we will draw that one. So again the line inclination is with VP, so it is visible in top view. So this is the previous things that we have done. Now, so this line A1B1 is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees with VP. So A1B1 is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees with VP. Okay. So in the question, he has not mentioned whether D1 is this side or D1 is that side. So either way you can take. But only thing is the entire diagram should be below XY. That is the only thing we have to take care of. Okay. While drawing this top view of pentagon here, it should not cross this XY line. It should be below the XY line. That is the only care we have to take. Now, how to draw this? Same way, A1, B1, this distance you have marked here. So you got A1, B1 points. Now from A1, B1 points, you measure A1, E1 distance. From A1 you draw arc. B1, E1 distance you take. From B1 you an arc. You will get E1. Similarly, A1, D1 distance. B1, D1 distance you take. From A1 you draw an arc, from B1 you draw an arc, you will get D1. A1 C1 distance you take, draw an arc from A1 to, and B1 C1 distance you take, draw an arc from B1, you will get C1. So after getting all these points, join these points, you will get this same thing, same dimensions here, but only thing is here the edge is perpendicular to XY, but here this edge is at an angle of 30 degrees with XY. Now draw the projections from this top view and draw the locus lines from the previous front view and identify the intersection points. So here this is the projection from A and this is the locus line from A. So you got A1 dash here, and E1 projection, E1 projection and E locus line, you got E1 dash. Like that you got all these points and you join all these points, we will get the final front view of the pentagon. So this is the second question. Now two ways. One first question, they have mentioned this angle and we have drawn, and second question they have mentioned this position of this point and they have not mentioned this angle, and this also we have done. We will see any other questions are there. Okay, the top view of a rectangle is a square of sides 30 mm. So here he has not mentioned any angle of the surface. If the top view of the longer side of rectangle measuring 50 mm makes an angle of 30 degrees with VP, draw the projections of the plane. So he has not mentioned anything about an angle. So how to draw this question? So if here what is mentioned, he has mentioned the top view, the size of the top view as mentioned, and the true shape of the object he has mentioned. So what is the true shape of the object? 50 by 30 mm rectangle. Now the top view is smaller than the actual rectangle. So if now you imagine, if we keep it inclined to VP, in front view you will see the reduced shape, and if you keep inclined to HP, then in top view you will see the reduced shape. So here the top view is a reduced shape, so the indirect way he has given that it is inclined to HP. So keep it parallel to HP, draw the rectangle. So this is the first step as we have already done. So up to here it is pretty simple, similar to what we have done previously. Now the second step is he has given what is the top view size, top view size he has given. So we have to start from top view. Previously he has given the position of one corner, so we have drawn that one. Now here in this case he has given the size of the top view, and the top view size is 30 by 30. So it is a rectangle, and the top view of the rectangle is a square. So now this is what it should be. Okay, this is the square top view of the rectangle. Now how to get this rectangle here? Now what we have to do, previously we have drawn projections from top view to front view to top view. Now reverse here. You draw this projection and this projection. This projection will cut at A dash B dash, and this projection we have to identify where on this projection C dash D dash should be there and at some point, and we have to identify that point. So what we have to do, take this distance B dash C dash, and from here you draw an arc on the projection of C dash D dash, you will get a point C dash D dash. So what we have to do, you take the distance B dash C dash, from this point B dash you draw an arc with that distance on the projection of C dash D dash, then you will get a point C dash D dash. So you got the inclination of the plane with HP. So this is an indirect way of giving the plane inclination. So if you remember the concept, it is easy to draw. So what is the concept here? If the plane is inclined to HP, in top view you will see a reduced shape. So the plane, rectangular plane is inclined to HP, and the top view you are getting a square. So that is the simple concept that we have to understand here. Next step is simple, we have done already this one again. So if you want, again I will tell. So what we have done, we have drawn the top view 30 by 30, and then draw the projections and taken this distance, and from here on the projection with this distance you draw an arc, you will get C1 D1, C dash D dash. Now next one is, he has mentioned the angle. Here the longer edge AD, is making some angle. But here what is given? The top view of the longer edge. So if he has mentioned in the question, if longer edge is making some angle, means the procedure is little lengthy. But here the top view of the long edge is making angle. So this is simple. What we have to do? We have to simply take this distance and keep this angle here. So what is this? A1 D1 is inclined at an angle of A1 D1 is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees, because A1 D1 is the top view of this AD. A1 D1 is top view of AD. So A1 D1 you take and keep it inclined to XY. This is the inclination with VP. What is this? The top view of AD is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. So that is what is given. So that is there. Now after this, you can already have done how to draw this square here. From A1 D1 points, you draw arcs to identify this C1 B1 C1 points. A1 D1 are there. A1 D1, these two A1 this A1 D1, from these 2 points you obtain what is the position of B1 C1. How to get? Take A1 D1 distance, A1 B1 distance, from A draw an arc, D1 B1 distance, from D1 draw an arc, A1 C1 distance, draw an arc, and D1 C1 distance, draw an arc. So you will get C1 B1. Now after drawing this, you drop the projection. You have drawn the projections from A1 B1 C1 D1. Now draw the locus lines from A dash B dash C dash D dash. Identify the intersection points and draw the front view. So that's it. It is as simple as what we have done previously. Only thing is, he has mentioned the size of the top view instead of giving this inclination here. So this is another way of asking question. We will see one more question and call it a day for today. Now the circle of 50 mm diameter is resting on HP on end A of its diameter AC, which is 30 degrees inclined to HP, while it makes 45 degrees inclination to VP. So the diagonal AC is inclined at 30 degrees to HP as well as 45 degrees to VP. So how to draw this question? So first step is same. So it is resting on HP. So we have to start with the top view, because first thing we are keeping it parallel to HP. So keep it parallel to HP. We will get a circle ABCD. Now from this drop the projections and we will get the front view. Now the second step is the diameter AC is inclined at 30 degrees to HP. Keep it inclined at 30 degrees to HP. So what is this distance? Again I am cautioning you, A dash, C dash, B dash, D dash. These distances A, B, C, B, C, these distances are equal to here. A dash, B dash distance is A dash, B dash. B dash, C dash distance is B dash, C dash. So this distance A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, these positions on these lines are at same distances. So the distance has not varied, only thing is the orientation is changed. The orientation here it is parallel, we are making it 30 degrees to xy. Okay. So once you make this front view, drop the projections and locus lines, you will get the top view. So up to here, there is no ambiguity, it is similar to previous questions. Now here the next step is little crucial that we have to pay attention. What is that? Here instead of giving the angle of A1C1, he has given the angle of AC. He has given what is the angle? AC is making an angle of 45 degrees to VP. The previous question, top view is making an angle, so top view have rotated here and we have drawn easily. Now here in this question, instead of giving inclination of A1C1, he has given inclination of AC. So how to draw it? So if you remember the concepts of projection of lines, then we can draw this question. So first step, you draw a line. What is this line? AC. AC line we are drawing at an angle of 45 degrees. So what is this 45 degree line? It is AC. Take this distance, draw at an angle of 45 degrees. Now what we have to do? You take A1C1 distance. A1C1 distance you take, and from here you draw an arc, you will get C1. Okay. So how you got this C1? You have taken A1C1 distance, and from here you have drawn an arc here to get C1. So this is the locus line, and what is this? How is this line? It is parallel to xy. And how is this line? This line is inclined to at an angle of 45 degrees with xy. And what is this length of this line? It is equal to AC. So AC line we have taken, and from one end you draw a line or locus line, and you take a distance A1 C1. From this point you draw an arc, you will get C1. Now you know A1 C1 positions, and you can identify the remaining points, because generally in circles will take more points, will not be satisfied with 4 points. Why? I will show it now. We need to take more number of points. We will take 8 or 12 points. Now after getting all these points, so the shape of this A1 B1 C1 D1 and shape and size will be same as A1 B1 C1 D1 here. Only thing is here it is making some angle with xy. So next, drop the projections and drop the locus lines, identify the intersection points. Now you will see why we need more number of points. If we have only 4 points, we will tend to draw here, but the top view is up to here and up to here, so the curve will be like this. So to get the smooth shape of this curve, what we have to do? We have to take more number of points. That is okay. So you will take more number of points and you will get this. But only crucial thing here is how to get this inclination. So once again, what we are doing? We are drawing the true length at an angle of 45 degrees. So the length of this line, which is making 45 degrees with xy, is equal to AC. Now on this locus line, from here you draw an arc to get this line. Now what is the length of this line? It is equal to A1 C1. So you'll get A1 C1. So based on A1 C1, you construct the remaining ellipse. Here it is circle and here it is ellipse. The same ellipse we are drawing here. This ellipse A1 B1 C1 DN we are drawing here, and from these points you will draw projections and then locus lines from the immediate previous front view, and intersection points we are identifying, and we are completing the ellipse. So that's it. That is about these are the general these are the typical questions generally asked if the plane is inclined to HP. So next discussion we will see